I don't really see why we couldn't get started.
Hiker Country Fried Minis asked me, tell us about how you're gonna paint up
Destined to
the
my...
pinup models, but do the whole
Oh.
story in Spanish. Claro. Bueno, primero comienzo alisando las superficies con un poco de lijado suave. Luego aplico una imprimación sólida para asegurarme de que el color se adhiera bien. Me gusta usar colores vibrantes y añadir detalles con NULN Oil para dar profundidad.
Usar
Una vez
colores
secos,
vibrantes.
les doy un acabado brillante para resaltar esas curvas y detalles. Al final, me aseguro de que brillen como estrellas en un catálogo de pinup.
I gotta fill my coffee. All right. It looks okay. It looks like we're there. Let's hit this. Shit. I think it's right there. Oh yeah. Let's open that preview projector. Wait, no. Nope. I need it in a window, and then we're gonna open the Logitune. All right, now we're good to go. How the hell are you gonna get pork stones, Nathan? I don't think that even begins to make sense. Well, howdy, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Country Fried Minis. We're doing a hobby hangout paint stream thing, digging back in on these pinup models by Ronin Art Workshop. I really wish I'd got a little bit more done than I have, but you know what? We got 5 hours before the Dick stream. Yeah, getting ads over chat now. Yeah, I saw that. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. And I am just like, I am appalled at their business model. I think it's really indicative of like how fucking out of touch the ruling class is with the wants and desires of the average consumer. Like, it's insane. They're double dipping and triple dipping on the ads, like the placement and the frequency, and then so they're making a ton of money on those ads, and then in addition, the ads are so heinous that YouTube bullies you into paying for premium, so you don't have to be subjected to the torture that is their ads. You know, I definitely wouldn't recommend that you watch streams and videos in Firefox on your phone with uBlock Origin installed. I definitely would not recommend that. Never ever would I suggest that you try using uBlock Origin. Of course, I'd never recommend that because it's a violation of the terms of service for me to do so. So I would never ever recommend using Firefox on your phone with uBlock. Never. Let's just show more ads to the people who don't use an ad blocker. Yeah. Well, that and like even ad blockers are like you can it's violation terms of service, you know, to block the ads or any third party nonsense. Phantom Harlock says hashtag Dicks in the Dark Honey Heist. Yes, this evening after the stream, here in about 5 hours, I'm going to be joining the Dicks for a honey heist, which is like a really simple, really pared down, simplified RPG, where you play as bears going on a honey heist. I'm going to eat some campers. And by campers, I mean the thing that you trail behind your truck. Kotex241 says, of course, I definitely want an AI girlfriend or to play some Gooner Gotcha game. Keep showing me those ads, YouTube. It'll work one of these days. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I really don't get, like... the ads have to work, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing them. But I don't think I've ever met anybody who's influenced by the ads. You know what I'm saying? Garrett is gonna break my 10-year forever DM stream for our group. I mean, that's okay. I think 10 years is about where it's right. You've like earned your rest at this point. Yeah. Hold on. Let me do something real quick and then we'll get rolling. How do we do this? We come here. Yeah. Like that, right?
Hot, moist,
yes.
Spicy news.
Bro, this is bad. This is real bad. Bam. It's just gonna. That's how it is. That's how it is right there. So, God, this fucking. How am I supposed to click the link, Tangia, if I can't see it under your pop-up? Fucking stupid. Yes, there we go. There you go. Mr. Kotek says, ultimately the point is not that I click on the YouTube ad, it's when I mentally break, go insane, then decide I want an AI girlfriend. My mind will go back to that one ad I saw on YouTube. Ah, yes.
Give me 10. Okay.
Well, here we go with the push-ups.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
Thank you for the push-ups, Mr. Slink. Chat ad is nefarious. Yeah, it's fucking filthy. Filthy disgusting. It's absolutely like we need a fucking an extension to block that now. It's fucking foul. And of course, you know, nobody likes the ads. You know what I'm saying? So like, they obviously are not taking any feedback at all for what they got going on. Hey, can we do this? Will this work if I turn this thing on? Maybe not. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, there we go. I don't think y'all can see it though. Country Fried Minis cranking them out good now. Come a long way, man. Grats. Yes, indeed. Admittedly, I've not been doing them lately, which is bad. But I have had palpable gains. Okay, what was I getting at? I was going to make some point about the advancement of sex robots and how it's going to destroy any remnants of incel culture. Ah, yes. Why get an AI girlfriend when you could just have a robotic girlfriend in about 10 years? I wish I was joking. Nightbot coming in with a pop cat. I want a pop cat. Okay. So, our agenda today is to finish these girls. We've basically got the pumpkins done. I was up late last night doing those. Of course, it's kind of hard to make out the actual colors on these. The white balance plus like the saturation settings on the camera is really not great. There's a little more there's a little bit more subtlety between the blues and the oranges here, but basically these are done except for the candles and the OSL that's going to go on those, so we got to do that. Candles need like a gray wash and then another layer of ivory, and then the girls need we need to do the clothing, we need to do the pumpkin, of course, the tails, the hair, the hats. We got 5 hours to finish this, and then tomorrow all day long is a editing session. I may or may not set up an editing stream in the evening. I'm not really sure yet, but we're a little behind schedule, but I think we're still on target for a Halloween release of another video right here on the channel. I can have a real 2B from Fabulous Video Game SFM Pornography. Yes, yes. We're getting there. We're absolutely getting there. And oh boy, the social implications that's going to cause are really interesting to think about. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is start digging in and start filming. I was thinking we might do some color on these gals' outfits, but the more I was thinking about it, the more I'm getting to the point of like they just need to be black. Just need to be black. Yeah, they just need to be black, because like, you know, when you're a sexy lass about town and you're going out to a hot date, you're not wearing the little purple dress, you're not wearing the little blue dress, you're wearing the little black dress. You know what I'm saying? I think I'd rather not think about the implications dirty and depressing. That is fair. Okay, so first point today on the filming, it looks like there's actually a window kind of on the front of Prowinko's outfit here with the fish netting that we missed. So I think that's first on the agenda. And I'm going to be painting at about this depth. So we need to set the focus. Let's get that focus on right there. I think it's about right. It's hard to tell. Let me bring the saturation down some, maybe. Is it the contrast doing it? No. What is creating the problem here? I don't know now. Is it an exposure issue? I've already got it at like a minus exposure. I mean, I guess that's just where we're at. I really need a better camera for the streams. We'll get there eventually. Oh yeah, that's lace. Yeah, exactly. I think some red might be nice. Yeah, I could see that. Some red on the devil lady, maybe. I could get behind that. I could get behind that, Kotex. And then Kitu is a black cat, so black outfit. It goes all the way up to the boobs. That is indeed where we're at. Okay, so let's start filming that. We've got to recall the colors we used here and get that rolling. I believe we are doing beige brown as the base for Prowinko. Let's find our camera and we'll get stuck in. We got this nice brand new Sharp 4. I say brand new, but we've used it a little bit. So let's bring this brush back to life. Wallman says, hey Cameron. Hello, Wallman. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Oh wait, the non-cat, they're both witches. Yes. Yes, they're both witches. Prowinko is she's got horns and a devil tail. So they're like they're both witches, but also a secondary costume. Can't stay for long, just want to say hi guys and have a good stream. Yes, thank you for stopping by. It is another painting day. Yeah. Pro video. All right, let's get stuck in. We're going to take a moment to show this to the camera and talk about how we missed all of this in here and how it's going to need to be covered in or filled in with our original beige brown color. That should be a nice little talking point for the video. I really don't know how much we're gonna focus on the step by step, because I really don't think that's the aim here of our pinup projects. I'm also wanting to take CFM videos in kind of a new direction where we focus more on a storytelling or not a lore dump, like a theory dump while painting. Iron Elemental says, Howdy! Hello, sir. Good day. Hope you're doing super fantastic. Alright, we actually need to paint about right here. So I'm going to have to adjust the focus again real quick. Shit, where's that at? Focus should go all the way down to there. Is that focused? I can't tell. I don't think it is. I think that's about as focused as we can get right there. This camera, like, I'm telling you, there's only like 4 settings for focus at this depth. I may need to relocate this camera back to where it originally was, like much, much further away from the subject. Digressing. Let's get some paint in there. So we're gonna be doing up the lace and the sheer stuff today anyways. So the intention here is to, or the method here I should say, we're gonna just apply the same base skin tone that we put elsewhere, and then when we start our glazing, we're gonna glaze in like a nice dark brown tone to like put some shadow onto the skin. And we'll go back in and pick out the actual strips of lace with black, with just like straight black. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm in agreement with your thoughts, Mr. Kotex. We're gonna do red, a red outfit with black fishnets for Prowinko, and then we're gonna do a black outfit for Kitu with kind of like a purpley influence in our highlights, I think. Yeah. All right. Okay. And then I guess what we'll do is, while this is drying, we'll go ahead and start putting some base coat on Prowinko's pumpkin. Seeing as we've not filmed any of the pumpkin painting. It's like ancillary detail. It's not important. I am here now, Redeem Popcat. Yes, welcome, Mr. Another Nate. Glad to see you once more. Do we go orange with the pumpkin? I mean, I kind of have set this precedent that all the small pumpkins are green. I'm very tempted to just do that as well. Though the classic orange would probably go well. That's ridiculous. There's a piece of fuzz that got locked into the prime job. You know what? No, I'm going for it. We're going green pumpkin with it. We're going green pumpkin. Because why wouldn't we? Green pumpkin time. Where is my pipette? Let us pipette some water onto that black paint. All right. So we've been using a dry palette for all the pumpkin stuff, largely because, well, y'all saw some of it last time. As the colors get put on the pumpkin, this thing basically gets completely filled up. And, well, it's not exactly great for my wet palette, which is kind of small. Alright. Let's get some base coats on this boy. Happy little jack-o'-lantern. We're going to do those nice green tones. Goes into flat green, I think is the color. Really been getting some mileage out of those flat colors lately. And then I think what we'll do is we'll give it the same like glowing eyes as the jack-o'-lanterns. I know it doesn't make much sense because she's got like a pail full of candy, but it's magical. Why wouldn't it be? They're witches after all. They cast that devil witch magic on you. You guys know where devil witch magic comes from, right? Where the source is? I bet you do. Dude, that focus level is just like, where the fuck? Man, oh man. I wonder if it would help to like elevate this camera a little bit. What if we brought it up to here? Titties or kitties? Yeah, it's... These are all valid choices. Alright, so if we get it like right here. I bet that gives us another single notch on the, Thank you, Nightbot. Your timing is impeccable. Yeah, it lets us push the focus further down. Nuh-uh. Let's bring the zoom in a little and then and see how that focus looks now. So like, I don't understand where it's trying to focus up there. It's still like, that did give us a few extra notches though. Like that's all the way to the desk. And now we can go like 2 notches up. So bottom notch is the desk. 1 is about here. 2 is about here. And then, I don't know, we got like 6 notches now we can use on this focus slider. The other 14 notches are completely useless. Have no effect. I didn't intentionally stuff that pop cat in your face, but man, was that ever perfect timing? Yeah, no kidding. No worries though, no worries. This is already a stressed project with a deadline, so like we're gonna let go of all that stress stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, so once we get this base coat on, her skin should be ready for another layer. And we'll just flip back and forth between painting this pumpkin and getting that skin done up. And I'm hoping to move into our like our glazing here real soon. We need to glaze in the clothing colors and then also the shadows. We got to bring back the blue shadows on the gals. I don't know how far we're going to push it though, given the time constraint. Okay, so let's that's dirty. Get that going. All right, so we're gonna start mixing in our heavy skin tone here. And we are gonna film that. Pro video on, we show this to the camera, we show the heavy skin tone, we put a fair amount in that water in that paint, 2 drops of water into it, stir, stir, stir. We've got our nice intermediate tone. I can't remember if we went all the way up to some flat conclusions. We did kind of shift a little bit on Kittu's skin tone. Instead of going all the way to pale flesh, we just went for the flat flesh as her color. It seems to play really well with the pink. She's got that, like, I will sunburn kind of skin tone. Whereas I want Prowinko to be a little more like kind of ambiguous ethnicity. After all, she's a succubus. She's not a people. Okay. So just layering some stuff here. I think this is going to dry fast enough that we can just do the next layer as well. And it'll be fine. And this is all going to get kind of, not quite washed over. It's going to get glazed over. And of course, a glaze is basically...
Another Nate asked me, can we get a stress-reducing meditative hum overlaid with a cat purring to pull the tone of the stream down to a less frantic mood? Sure thing, let's slow it down a bit. Imagine a gentle, soothing hum, like the soft, resonant purr of a content
A gentle, soothing hum.
Feel the vibrations wrap around
Content
you like
kitty.
a warm blanket and let any stress just melt away. Picture a cozy cat curled up in your lap, purring away while you bask in the calm. Meowgical, isn't it?
Meowgical, yes, it is meowgical. I can't help but think that another Nate bot tends to, I don't know, man. It's a little bit sexual. All the things he says. There's some influence of the horniness there. All right. Okay. So let's do another pass of our heavy skin tone. I've just been filming this whole time too. And we're gonna try to keep this to like the upper reaches of our little lace windows, and we're gonna leave it off a few spots too to try and create a little bit of highlight action there. Okay, so we now have our skin in there, and we can start thinking about clothing color. I'm a little paralyzed here about where's the next step. I think we're going, we're gonna dig in with the red. I think is where we're at. The dollar store to get felt. I have not even thought about trying to do a costume myself. No ears today. It's day, it's a lot sexual. Ah, yes. Bot just trying to espouse the benefits of good pussy. Ah, yes. I do hear that cats are healing. Evidently petting your puss releases tons of hormones that reduce cortisol. Alright, so we're gonna go with a few more red tones here. A few more tones in the red family. Alright, so let's add those to the list here. I am gonna do a shot at some point with all the colors that we used. So we're gonna go with evil red, gory red, and scarlet blood. Let's start putting in that red. We might even could get away with this red for Kitu's kind of purple influence. Oh, I need to film this. I think that's probably enough there. Let's hit it with some water. 3 drops should be good. You probably find some digital ears. Ah, yes. I really wanted to get some bear ears, just like a cheap set off of Amazon, but admittedly it slipped my mind and the event has snuck up on me. Not only that, but the frequency of purring activates cellular regeneration. It is a little bit about the rhythm, isn't it? All right, so we're just gonna take our evil red and we're just gonna start layering it all over this. I don't know what you'd call this. Is this a bodice? I am really digging it though. It is super nice color. This comes in the Vallejo red set. I've been very pleased with the multicolor sets. I got the red, the blue, and the yellow sets from Vallejo. They're really nice. And they're pretty inexpensive. I'm thinking I might actually need to do like dedicated videos of painting up a model using just that set plus like black and white or something. I can probably find some bear ears to overlay on your stream. You'll just have to stay put. I could put like I could use the Discord image blur feature and put like an angry grizzly bear behind me or something. It'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. The whole simple RPG systems, I don't know, it just has a lot of appeal to me. That our New Year's episode where Mr. Nathan ran a game was really good. Your was that a Halloween thing, that the Brains and Brawn event? That's... I find it hard to believe that I've been associating with dicks for a year. Has it really been a year at this point? Bear filter, yeah. At Country Fried Minis, what about a comparison video like Reds from Vallejo versus Red Triad from AP Fanatics line? Paint up the same model like a panther or something? I could see some value in that slink, though. I really don't know if, like, I'm a little dubious of, like, going into too deep into the, like, product review territory. I think that path is like the death of so many YouTube channels, so many creative channels. 10 hobby products you need in your collection. Is this the best 3D printer on the market? Find out by watching my not clickbait video. You know what I mean? Insert shocked face thumbnail. But I could see something. I could see a comparison being okay. I did already buy the Army Painter BattleTech paint starter set with the speed paints, kind of with the intention to use those. Though I guess the thing is, as long as I couch the video as like I'm using this product to paint a mini, more so than is this a good product, it should be fine. It should be fine. All right. Let's get our base red down. I guess she's also got to have red shoes. Yeah, I would think so. I get that for sure. I was thinking more like I like this type of thing, but it's still reviewing. I think when you add in like the direct comparison, that's where it feels like it starts to get a little reviewy. Though I could also see the value in doing just something for the Army Paint fanatics. Just because I keep hearing about it and I haven't tried it yet. Where is my focus? There we go. Can we zoom in a little more, maybe? All right. Just working with our nice evil red, which is kind of just purple. Very nice, deep purple. I'm feeling all right about this project, though we're almost an hour in and we've made basically no progress, like at all. Done a little correction and some base coating. Add things are like that are best when you use it in a project, so it's a natural placement and demo. Yeah, I agree. I've seen so many creators that like I enjoy and subscribe to start to get into the like low effort review, and then their content dies and it just becomes reviews and I stop watching them. I just don't see like how many like 3D printer review videos could one person watch? You know what I'm saying? How many paint review videos could one watch? It's like, I'm not even going to click on that unless I'm already out there trying to buy the product and need a review. I understand the appeal of making them too, though, because like, if I could just like half-ass a model to review a paint line, or like talk about a 3D printer that I bought, it's so much less work than doing something like, oh, I painted up this lance and here's the story about it, or like, I'm painting up these pinups and I only have a week to do it. Regurgitating info is already available as cancer on YouTube. Yeah, it's the, you know, it's a weird double-edged sword. Like, obviously I'm here trying to make money off of being Google partner, right, and monetizing the work, but the flip side of that is that the commercialization of all the content is kind of killing the the appeal of the content. All right. Well, on that topic, how many of y'all watch the mid-roll ad placements that your favorite creators do? You know what I'm saying? This content is sponsored by Squarespace. I punch the button until it skips past it every single fucking time. I could not give a fuck less about the product that paid you to put it in your video. I'm here to hear poo-poo pee-pee jokes, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to be told why I should invest in Atlas VPN. Though, that said, what if it was like, this episode was sponsored by Taco Bell. Now you're gonna watch me eat this fucking burrito supreme. Would you watch that? While your favorite creator stares aggressively into the camera and shoves tubular food into their mouth hole? Is the devil tail gonna be red or black? Y'all gotta let me know. Red or black? Hey, it's that Dudum song. You hear it? It's saying Dudum. Dudum. Oh, look, an ad. Match her outfit color on the tail, I'd guess? Yeah, okay. I mean, I watch food challenge videos all the time. Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm right there with you. I got a soft spot for that beard meets food guy. He just seems so nice, and he packs so much fucking chow into his gullet. All right, we're gonna match the color. Match the color. It makes sense though. Nice red devil tail. Let's just get some color on it. You know, I think I'm feeling all right about this. The feasibility of getting it done inside of a 5-hour window. I was originally going to do 31 hours on this as part of a Halloween challenge thing. But I think we're going to end up closer to like 15, 16 hours total. At this speed. I guess it depends on if we get done or not. I think it's 16 hours if we go all 5 today. Provided it's done by then. Stop reading my mind, was just about to type him. Yeah, it's funny. Another Nate says I would watch the embedded ad if it wasn't one of the same 3 choices. That's fair. Phantom Harlock. Probably the original things I watch on YouTube were LA Beast and Epic Mealtime. You know, LA Beast is still doing stuff. Occasionally I catch some of his stuff. Have a nice day. I mean, that guy put in the suffering though, you know what I'm saying? He ate a fucking cactus. That was really dumb. Actually, NerdForge did an ad for Not Squarespace yesterday and I watched it. Fair. I usually skip them. I just don't. Well, you guys know I'm very aggressively anti-ad. I genuinely believe that advertisements are like a violation of human rights. I've said it again and again. It's because it influences your decision making on a subconscious level without your consent. Though I guess maybe technically you're kind of in like a terms of service category, right? You could choose not to watch the content. So maybe you are consenting to the ads, but like some of it is not, right? Like you go out in public, and there's billboards and like subway flyers and bus stop posters and stuff on the side of buildings and stuff, right? Does that stuff actually constitute consent to be showed ads? And of course, you know, you got to spread your product information into the minds of the masses. I get that. But it's also like, I don't know, it's nefarious. The techniques used in advertising, tying that subconscious, like the whole sex sells thing, right? It's not actually sex that sells, it's the promise or the suggestion of a promise of sex that sells. That's why alcohol ads are so successful. Oh wow, lol, his Crystal Pepsi campaign was legend. Yeah, it's funny. Kotek says, I came across a small channel called Tabletop Club. They do short OPR grimdark future battle reports with bright, colorful, Warhammer terrain. Great stuff. Heck yeah. Actually, I was talking with a community member last night about find small channels. I actually recommend that everybody have an alt YouTube account. You can, if you create a different channel, you don't have to upload any videos, of course. And then you can switch to that account when you're watching like specific content types, and tailor your algorithm to feed you the stuff that you're after. I generally only watch hobby stuff on the Country Fried Minis account, and I make a huge effort to click on and sample a lot of small creators, and YouTube feeds me like a bunch of small channels now. Really nice. Goku likes tacos too. What? You could leave your eyes at home. Yeah, exactly. Truckloads of tacos. What about buttloads of tacos? Well, tacos become buttloads, I guess, in the end. Alright, so this is some tight detailing here. I should maybe pull the focus up so you guys can see that. Where's that at? Image adjustments, focus. There we go. These strap shoes here are super complicated detail. So like, I've put the base coat on the skin. It's really rough right now. And we've got to go over top and paint these straps, which I'm going to have her shoes match her outfit. And then this leg also has the netting, which means we have to go back in again, kind of underneath the red, and apply the glazing that we're going to do, and then pick out the lace itself, or not the lace, the fish netting with paint, the individual strings. In the end, yes. Another Nate says, our food trucks are all boring around here, mostly just pictures of the food they sell. I mean, that makes sense. You know, there's so many food trucks here. I'm realizing that not a lot of them out here in the city have like the pictures of the food they sell. They're all very stylized. There's actually like a I don't know what you'd call it. It's kind of like a market near me. It's like this big parking lot over by the Costco, kind of under the I-80. I don't know what you call it, overpass or whatever. There's this big ass parking lot that they converted to a permanent park that brings in a ton of food trucks. It's almost like a dang like a food court with food trucks. Is very neat. All right. Now, these sections are going to be in shadow, so we're not too worried about good coverage here. You can see that I like slipped with the pink and got a big streak on it. But no one's going to see this section. I just want a little bit of color there just in case there's an angle that can kind of see a little bit of it. I have been painting this like a hybrid of a directional model as well as in the round. All right. Kotek says, don't have much authentic Mexican in Scotland. Our food trucks don't have DPC art either. That would make it authentically Mexican. And it's true. Okay, so I do want to use this color, I think, to glaze in Kitu's stockings.
Oh shit! There's a colon in my colon. Ah! Balls, my bees are full of bees. Tits, I really like boobies. Oh no. Tits and boobies are both kinds of birds.
Thank you, another Nate. A reminder to folks, Tangia is 25 cents per message, and they pay out 80% to me. Slink says, food trucks are in a weird space for me, like they're fine, but a lot of times I run into them, they evoke that perfume lady in the mall energy reaction. Like I'm just trying to walk somewhere, and stop trying to hawk your over-engineered shit taco. I get that. They do have a little bit of an aggressive presence. That makes sense. Especially considering like the pricing necessity to stay in business. Cover your overheads. Though, you know, I guess if you're in if the area you're in is populated enough, it's they're usually pretty competitively priced. Okay, so next. I think we're gonna have to put the focus closer to the desk again. I'll be painting about right here for the camera. So I can put that focus in. Yep, that looks good. We're going to show the camera our gory red. And we're going to mix it into our evil red. Give it a little hydration. 2 drops ought to do. And with that single application of new color, we've gone from purple to red. And you can make David Attenborough say naughty shit. Dude, the David Attenborough voice is so good compared to all the other crap that AI system has. It's plausible. I guess it speaks to that his brand is kind of just it's accent plus delivery pacing. as opposed to like the Macho Man Randy Savage one, for instance, was like really. It doesn't feel like a Macho Man line without the brand of delivery, you know. And the bot just won't do that. It's just like normal speech with that kind of his voice put over it. All right. That is enough footage.
I am
Ah, yes.
cream, yeah, the cream of the crop, and there is no one that does it better.
It's funny, like at this point I could have let more of that clip play. It's just one of the old redemptions, so it's more concern given over to time constraints. Oh, this is funny. Ah. Prowinko here has some very subtle sculpted camel toe. I think I'm going to have to I'm going to have to emphasize that just a little bit here. Just a bit. It is quite subtle, but it is very much there. It definitely seems like this artist did like did the NSFW sculpt and then maybe simulated the clothing on top. The entirety of Randy's speaking career is shorter than a single Attenborough voice documentary. Lots more material to compress and use for source. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I think about that shit, that Hank Green model. I used one of my voice slots on Tangia to put that together, and I just pulled a whole fucking episode from one of the shows he's on and plugged it in there. It's like 20 solid minutes of that man speaking. Okay, so we got our gory red starting to show up. We'll do another layer after this of straight gory red, and we'll work in and start highlighting it with our sanguine blood, scarlet blood. It's slow going though. It is slow going. We're already an hour in. I'm not feeling as confident as I was. We could just dial back the ambition with the OSL a little bit. That might be the way. Of course, I could also paint well into the night. All right. We shall see. I don't know how important this stuff is back here. The model will be viewed in the round, of course. So, let's see. Yeah, you'll definitely see the smalls of their backs. And in fact, if we do the OSL, much of the yellow OSL's on the back. Just don't know yet. Just don't really know yet. Alright. I really see why you recommended not having them assembled, Mr. Nate. And at this point, if I'm dialing back the OSL, I probably could have got away with having them in sub-assemblies and then just doing little repairs where the paint chipped in the assembly. Alright, we do need a little bit of red into the butt crack, but we're going to keep it super dark, of course. Alright. And I think we do want some of this tone kind of wrapping around her side. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, red is gonna work. Red is gonna work just fine. Okay, we're just gonna keep the purple in the crease of the arm here. Yeah, I think we can even get away with just painting over all those creases, the fabric folds, and this will be our shadow color in there, keeping just the darkest point with the purpley tone. And then the shadow underneath. I don't know how far to take it though. We should probably have a little bit of light hitting here because the candles. So we'll bring this shadow down further. Yeah. Okay. Now, how far do we bring the shadow on the inside? I think we'll have more dark area here. Closer to the body and then like kind of on the underside there. The original intention for the light source was kind of coming in this way. And then I wanted to do like a purple glow from underneath, but we just don't really have time for that. That would have filled the extra 15 hours. Hey, it's an ad. Perfect timing. Skip. Didn't have any assembly chipping. I pre-adjusted everything to just snap together. I don't know what you mean. Like wrapping the arm around here. That was like insanely tight. Are you saying you bent the model before painting? 'Cause 100% like threading the hand through there would have rubbed everything off the knuckles. And if so, what was your technique? Heating it up? The other concern was definitely Hitu's legs. This is a putty-filled gap right here, all the way around on both of those connection points. It would have definitely required repainting after reassembled. That arm was the last piece I put on. It's only barely connected to her shoulder. Yeah, but it like... This arm doesn't come off. And the gap, the tolerance gap right here is really, really, really tight. Really tight. I actually was pretty convinced it was gonna have visible scarring from getting put together. But I was gentle. I was gentle in the assembly. Alright. Back here, we'll do the same, just the gory red. It's all shadow. Alright, same here. I think we have like, there's a fair amount of directional lighting from the candle, but we can get away with some deep shadow. I'm gonna do the cuffs. The cuffs in black. I just rubbed the model somewhere. Where was that? Where did that go? I felt it hit. I don't see it though. I'm sure I'll find it right at the end. I am sure I will find it right at the end. Maybe even during the grand reveal. Hello, Comstar Knight. Welcome. Hope you're doing well today, Senor. Okie day. Okie day. I don't think the I just hit it again. I don't know where it hit. Yep. God damn it. It's right on a part I need to do, too. Thank you, hands, for not knowing what you're doing. Okay. I think it'll be fine. It will be fine. We have some dark colors in there. So any of the really deep stuff we can just leave in shadow. I think our devil tail may just get fully coated in this color. Yeah. There's no space for like deep purple shadows on it. Nah, dog, I just filled her palm with glue and slapped it in place and adjusted her bicep to touch her shoulder enough to conceal the gap in the parting. Adjusted her bicep to shoulder enough to conceal the gap. Yeah, but like the threading of this part, I'm having trouble imagining being able to do that based on the tight fit that I had putting it together. Like it was a fucking nightmare to cram that hand in that spot. Like the cutouts are so perfect that any like oversizing in your parts, like down at a micron level, seem to make the parts almost not fit. I guess what I'm getting at is the parts are too tight on the tolerances. And I think they would have been better off keeping those connection points a little loose. Maybe when they like carved out their booleans or whatever, you know, give them a little bit more tolerance instead of like a perfect fit. In fact, it's so bad. If you look at the official example of the models, they've got it assembled and Kitu's feet are kind of free floating instead of touched down in place. Because I'm assuming what they did is they attached the legs and then didn't worry about the connection point down here. Whereas I worried about the connection point and then used putty to fill the gap. Insta set. What else was a problem? The putting Prowinko's head on was also crazy. So the lace, like this lace collar is fully sculpted all the way around the back. So like it's physically impossible to put the part together. I had to drill it out. That's the arm that had support failure. My Kito's elbow is a bit Oh, that, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this part, this fit is insanely tight. Like almost impossibly so. It's almost like I should have done the cones of calibration and gotten the tolerances dialed perfectly before trying to print this. Perfect fit, like how the lace on Prowinko's choker's molded. Exactly the same way. Yeah, this model kind of demands machine precision. I think the sculptor. I'm going to go out on a limb here and assert that the sculptor maybe doesn't consider other people's experiences, not even a little bit. Largely based on, it's the only model I've ever seen that has a big sculpt by name on it, right? Like other models have their logo, but like, let's take Twin Goddess Minis, for instance, right? Twin Goddess Minis puts their logo on the bottom of the base. It's there, but it's not part of the artwork, right? Of course, this is like a this is a point of discussion that has been in my mind for a long while now. Coming from a background of tattoo art, like, okay, so in traditional art, you're a painter, right? And you do a painting, you want to sign it. But if you're doing like tattoo art or you're doing like commission for someone, I generally think that when you have a piece of art that is like for someone else, or like in the case of a miniature that you're going to be painting, that someone else is going to do the art on, I think signing your name on it is in really bad taste. Like really bad taste. It's very fucking egocentric. And I think that Heck committed a faux pas in doing this. In fact, I'm regretting not doing it now, but I kind of wish I would have filled this in. This does not add to the piece. This takes away from the piece. These make sense, right? Because it's about these people, but Heck elevated themselves to the same level as the subjects in this right here, and I'm wondering if that's because of working through Ronin Art's Workshop, so they're like a collective than just one sculptor selling their work. I don't know. It's just it's an interesting point. I think. Is it okay to sign your sculpting work on the sculpting itself? I think not. I think it's in poor taste. It's very egocentric. Cut some corners. He cut some corners. Of course, not to diminish the artist's skill. Like that's not the point here. Obviously, they're great sculpts. Very detailed. Fun subject. The artist's attention to detail is pretty insane too. He's got the Kitu's face is pretty much what she looks like IRL. There's a little bit of liberty taken and a little bit of like uncanniness going, but it's very, very close. It's plausibly the real person. Alright. This red is gonna be the fucking death of this project. Hour and a half in. Okay. Not too bad. If we don't finish during the stream, I will work late into the night until it is done. We are getting some tedious shit out of the way here. Getting some quality paint thumb action as well. All right. I guess this is all like a little complicated too, in that these shoes are gonna be very much in darkness. Just not so sure how much OSL we're doing anymore. I left a support. How visible is that support when it's in place? Not at all. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Okay. We got the gory red pretty much everywhere. I think our next layer is to do straight gory red now. I bet you never thought, though. Bet you never thought. What do you think she's talking about? Bet you never thought what? I guess that's up to the listener to decide. All right, let's just dig into the next layer. We're there. I'm gonna bust the camera back out. However, I'm gonna fill my coffee cup. And that means I'm gonna have to hit the BRB for just a second while I go into the kitchen and fill my coffee cup. Be right back. Motherfucker, that hurt. Damn it, that fucking hurt. Alright. Y'all don't even know. I have an uncanny knack for catching things with my pinky toe. And I just...
You do workout.
I do.
Give me 10.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. She can go on forever.
You know what I want is to get up as soon as I sit down. Thank you for the push-ups, Mr. Nate. Oh, now you're blaming the delay as well. Let's see how it is. Push-ups are good for you, though. All right, so we're getting back out the gory red. We're just going to do straight gory red this time. We're going to thin it out a little bit. I'm thinking 2 drops of water should be fine. Still got like some purpley undertones to it. Unaware of this fact, yes. Though you said gacked, and that's funnier. I am also unaware of this gacked. All right, so we're just gonna basically come in and reestablish what we just did, pushing this further into a nice crimson. We're starting to worry about like shadow shapes. Like here, we're gonna try to emphasize the lines of her form. I'm gonna start to define the impression of her bits with this tone. It is definitely there. And given who this is supposed to be, it only makes sense to emphasize that part of the sculpture. The J-pop artist, like if Johnny Depp had a techno goth band, Gacked. So who you're talking about? All right, continuamos. We shall paint. Bow. So I think for our red, we're gonna do 2 more layers. After we do the gory red, we'll do a 50-50 mix of the gory red and our, what is it called? Scarlet blood, I think. Scarlet blood, yep. And then we'll do our final highlight in scarlet blood. That way her motorcycle going by will reset my thought process. Fucking motorcycles, dude. I just don't get it. Don't understand the appeal. I don't get it. But that's largely because I have empathy for other people. I think. I have empathy for other people. And I care about their,
Zorblat quicks flapped the Wumblegorp, splurting flibberjinks into the Gronkelpot. Blippity boing, yowled the Snorflewump as Pifflewaffle zigzagged through the jibberjab. Suddenly, a flumdiddle kerplunked, unleashing whirligigs of zany zoop. The Quaddlebunk chortled, fizzle pop fuck, while Twizzletoes danced on marshmallow clouds. Guffaws erupted from the blunderbuss brigade, tickling the giggly-winks till dawn. What a hootenanny hullabaloo.
a hootenanny hullabaloo, you say. Yes. Yes, indeed. You did a cover of Soldiers from Sorrow from the original Mobile Suit Gundam, was also good. Ah, yes. What is the problem here? We're gonna do one of these. Here you go. Here you go. Who knows how long it'll take to come through. But we did a thing. Alright, continuing, we got the gory red going down. Just standard highlighting procedure here. I think the idea that I'm kind of going for here is to we'll kind of build up our soft shade highlights and then come back in with some really bright pop of color to try and make her red outfit look shimmery, like a, what do you call that material, like a satin material, polyester.
Country Fried Minis asked me, tell us a story about J-pop music and dancing cats, but do it Japanese. 昔々、ある地の中にダンシングキャツツと呼ばれるミオたちのグループがいました。彼らは J-pop 音楽が大好きで、毎晩無償でダンスパーティーを開いていました。低空の下、猫たちは軽やかにステップを踏み、音楽に合わせて楽しんでいました。時ビル、ふわふわと洗い上がり、まるで魔法のようにミギャジョンを幸せに包み込みました。彼らのダンスはまるで魔法少女のように街。
Ah, yeah. Okay. I heard Korewa Maru and I heard Dansingukatsu. I've seen Gagplive, that's funny. See, I've seen all three spellings and completely forgot the CK was a thing. That's funny. I don't know about these things. Do you guys actually believe the words you're saying? Because I don't believe them. I'm not aware of things. All right. So, gory red's starting to happen. Delicious. I really don't know what to do about the shading on this tail. I kind of know what it would look like with like a top-down lighting, but it also kind of it's very close to the source lighting back here. Come on. So like this whole area is probably supposed to be very bright yellow. And I just don't know if we're gonna get to that that level of detail on this paint job. I am dubious. The time constraints are very real. Okay, so we do have object lighting back here, so I think we do need a little bit of the gory red back here as well. Some of the light is going to be filtering through onto the small of her back, so we need to build it up at least a little bit. We can use this opportunity to define the soft musculature, like back here and there, and then in here as well. Keep that little spinal divot the darkest tone, and I think we could probably get away with one more, like, very small highlight. There. Because so we have a candle right here that's going to be shining light directly into that area. So we would have some little pops of light.
Another Nate asked me, "You are incredulous and disbelieving us, so tell yourself about Gak, the J-pop singer musician popular in the early 2000s. Well, 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 now y'all got me all curious about this Gak fella. Seems like he was quite the sensation back in the day, huh? A Japanese singer and musician. He dabbled in J-pop and rock, making waves with his unique style and charismatic presence. I reckon he was known for his powerful vocals and theatrical performances. Quite a character, I must say.
I reckon, he says.
And he'd fit right in at one of them dancing cat rooftop parties.
Dancing cat roof? When did it become rooftop parties?
Comstar Knight asked me, "Read this in Japanese?" Alicia Ostriker, the Orange Cat. For Vikram Seth. The orange cat on the porch regards the tiny bird out on the pine tree limb and yawns without a word. The morning air is mild, the tawny hillsides seem halfway from sleep to waking. The cat appears to dream, which is of course illusion. A harsh jay on the hill is answered by 3 quail clucks and a warbler's trill. The cat, who is not hungry, can listen in repose to bird call
And there is no
with that
one
pleasant touch of desire.
that does it better.
Sorry, but I can't assist with that request.
What? I can't assist with that request? Holy shit. Thank you. I'm not even...
Or sell in that crevice yet.
What? What the hell was that? Did you guys hear that? Something broke. Something broke big time. Something broke big time. Interesting. I think what you got to do is just ask it a more simple thing. Story about orange cat, but do it in Japanese. Also, butthole bees. And here you go. Here you go. I think you got to keep the requests a little more simple and kind of just let them do the cooking rather than say, hey, translate this thing. However, you can, if you want the bots to say something specifically in another language, you can translate it and then just paste it in the language.
The orange cat, but do it in Japanese. Also, butthole bees and paper tubes for farting into. Mukashi mukashi, orange iro no mego. V クラムがいました。V クラムは愛らしいけれど、ちょっといたずら好きでした。ある日、彼はお一人のハチと呼ばれるハチのグループに出会いました。ハチたちは Cの2におならを貯めるのが好きでした。V クラムは彼らと友達になり、一緒におならパーティーを楽しみました。その結果、村中にお笑い声が向き渡りました。幸せな日々でした。
Yes, that's what I was thinking. All right. One more. And then I'm back to work. I love this tool. I do need to get 2 more voices in there while I can. Dirtpool says, I research things I say on occasion just to make sure I'm not spouting incorrect bullshit. I like spouting correct bullshit much better. Yes, I understand that. But I also like eat hot chip and lie. Here we go. And, let's do it like this. And Yep. Twos, but do it in Dutch. Here you go. Here you go. That's let's advance the lore a little bit. All right. Where the fuck are we? We are doing gory red over all of this clothes.
Country Fried Minis asked me, tell us a story about butthole bumblebees and PFS-coded paper tubes, but do it in Dutch. Was eens een groepje bijenzwermen die bekend stonden als de butthole bumblebees. Ze hadden een bijzonder talent, het verzamelen van PFAS gegoten papieren buizen om hun nesten te bouwen. Op een dag vonden ze een grote voorraad van deze buizen en begonnen ze er een enorm nest mee te maken. Het werd al snel het meest besproken nest in het bijenkorf. Een ware toeristische attractie. En zo leefden ze gelukkig en met veel gelach voort.
Yes, yes. Met veel gelach voort. Yes, yes, yes. I agree. AI Cameron. Dutch sounds funny. The best thing about this is we'll never know if this is Dutch or just gibberish. What's the difference, sir? I love the sound of Dutch. It's very silly. It's got like there's a fun intonation to it, like a pacing, a da 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 da. Fun pacing. And of course, we can all blame Mr. Iron Elemental for reigniting an appreciation for the silly language. Yes. Though I do blame many things on Mr. Mental. Okay, we're gonna do one more pass of the gory red here. I guess I should have done the shoes first, but oh well, we're here. This red has a fun property that I'm noticing. It's kind of translucent, so like you can actually just apply another layer of it, and it will function like a little extra bit of highlight. And I really dig that. Use that translucency to our advantage. Okay. Yes. Yes. Excellent. These little ribbony bits reddened up. I think these ones are going to be kind of difficult to get rendered fully. It's probably going to take 60 coats. Maybe the scarlet red, the scarlet blood will like bring it out. It's kind of what I'm hoping, at least. We shall see, though, how the coverage is on that. Bring some gory red. We're feathering it into the shadows here. It's nice and transparent, so it'll blend very nicely into our dark purple. It must have took skill to take German and make it uglier. Oh, see, I knew red would work on an outfit like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right, sir. Insert Transformers Beast Wars Megatron. Yes, here. I'm pretty sure the only way Mr. Mental could get more Dutch would be to go Amish or paint his house with lead white from that American coating manufacturer. Ah, yes. I'm inhaling fuzz. Okay, so I think these shoes here are by far gonna be the worst part for painting. It's just very complicated shapes, and like a little spill like that could really wreck what we're doing very, very easily. This is actually a spot where I could use like much stronger coverage. But I think that's fine. Plus, they're in the shadow anyways, and they're gonna get a layer of like a brownish wash anyways, a brownish glaze to start building the shadow on the skin in between things. So we're not super worried about it. Like this here, I don't even know why I'm painting that. You'll literally never see that. You'd have to go like really looking to even get visibility of that part. And then this here, this back foot is like so pressed back that I think any highlight effort we do is just gonna disappear. We might skip the scarlet blood on this shoe to kind of reinforce the shadow. Here, I'll put it on there so you can see. It's really back there, you know? You'll see a little bit of it. But I think we're going to have a pretty strong shadow right here, and then kind of in between her legs. All right. From here, I think we're ready to film the next bit. Yeah. All right. So, let's pop this camera back out. Two o'clock. Really not far enough along. I think I'm going to be painting well into the night, unfortunately. All right, so we're going to show to the camera our scarlet blood, and then we're going to mix in and create a 50-50. Again, 2 drops of water. I think that's about right. Bring this down from Scarlet Blood into almost Scarlet Blood. Start rubbing it on, leaving more of a shadow here and there than we did last time. We're starting to pick up the more subtle low spots. Doing a very less is more here. Quite a dark red outfit, but I mean, I think that's the way. I want it to contrast with her dark skin tone here. All right, that's enough footage. I really just want like a shot or two of putting the color on and then get back to work, you know? And we can do the same thing we did last time, where we can actually do like 2 layers of this color. And when it's all said and done, we're going to go back in and make all the little lace bits black on her. And I think for Kitu, we're going to go with like a purpley black. And I think maybe even like a pinkish white type color for the lacing. The laces and the piping. I don't know what you call these little details. A little bit more right here. Come in right here. All right. My brush is starting to wear out. Definitely a mark against the synthetic brushes to note that a large project like this will kind of kill the tip of your new brush if you're using these cheap synthetics, but it's like $6 for the whole pack of them. I also figured the shoes would be awful, but I just gave the straps an edge highlight and they looked great. Yeah, I think that's the strat I'm gonna do as well, Mr. Nate, because the laces kind of have like an outwards curled down tip, which will look really good to for a edge highlight. Plus, I think it'll make sense for the lighting down there to just be a nice pop of color hitting the edges, you know, edging them a little, just a little bit. let's hit all that. Blam. And now I think this will be our final highlight on the back. I think we could very easily overdo this. Like, it is not... This is all deep shadow area, you know? So it doesn't need a ton. We're going to highlight up to Scarlet Blood, and then what we'll do is we'll go back in with some very deliberate and intentionally applied pops of a lighter tone. I really don't know what color we'll mix into it. We'll probably take this sunset orange and mix it into the Scarlet Blood to do the thing. The little shimmer lights. You could always put ivory in it, actually, and just make it like a straight jump to a pink tone. Though I think our it may make more sense to go with the orangey light, in that these gals are kind of lit by some candlelight influence. All right, that looks decent. That looks distant. Warlander TV says, I really wonder how Army Painter brushes are going to hold up now that they all switched to synthetics. I like a good synthetic. They do break down very quickly. Though I've long been an advocate of synthetics in that most natural hair bristles are not, like, unfortunately you cannot divorce the harvesting of sable, for instance, from like some pretty heinous animal cruelty, unfortunately, and it sucks because that fiber is so much better for your brushes. Let me see if I can get like a close-up shot of the state of this brush. How do we do this? Let's do preview projector, and then let me get my zoom. I wonder how it's going to show. You can kind of see how the tip is already starting to like split and move about. But that said, this brush came out of a Princeton Art and Brush Co. Real Value set. It's our number 4 right there. You can see in there, it's got a really nice, probably can't see much. It's got a really nice sharp tip. I'm pretty sure this was like $6.95. So like, I'm okay with that. And honestly, in a big project like this, I could justify dropping $7 to do the project. Now for brush longevity, it does suck. You end up with, well, this situation right here. Like, these are all my, here's my tier 2 brushes. I've got a set of tier 2 brushes, and then tier 3 brushes where they really start to break down. And then I've got my tier 4 brushes, which are, well, the next downgrade, these things go in the trash. And that is a large collection from using synthetics. Of course, I'm not, let me be clear, as always, I'm not out there like championing and crusading for a reduction in the use of natural fibers. It just, I think it's good to be aware of it's good to be aware of what goes into the production of those products, and then like to treat them with like more care when you have them, knowing like what went into it. Yeah. Far be it from me to tell anyone what to do or what products to consume. That ain't my speed. But I do have a history of animal rights activism in the past. So there's a little bit of that influence always in my thoughts on it. Kind of hard to stay ignorant of it once you're aware. TLDR, just saying, take care of your sable brushes. Take really good care of them. Use them as long as you can. I know there's other fibers too, though. Like, right, what about those wolf hair brushes? I remember seeing those somewhere. Was it Peganeko was doing something with those or talking about them? I cannot remember for the life of me. Bum, bum, bum. Let's refresh this. How's our, I can't see the poll. Dana Howe. I've been watching more Dana Howe stuff lately. I really liked her dungeon tile episode. She basically like took Wylock's methods and then made it her own. It was really fun. Alright, let's get a little highlighting back here. So we have candlelight kind of hitting this spot. So I need this, even though it's on the underside, it needs to be rendered pretty bright. And then we still have a mixture of some top-down lighting. So like, I'm gonna come in here with this, feather those edges. Bow, 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 bow. I want to feather that down some. And I think we still need to like put some highlights on this back end, even though it's like largely in shadow. We'll do the like the top down kind of moonlight situation here. I think honestly talking about the OSL intentions versus the final result will be featured pretty big in the video. Yeah, it's starting to look kind of nice. We need to feather this edge right here. feather that into the inside of the arm. Pow, 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 pow. Cross all that. We've got a very abrupt, bright impact here. We might actually just use that spot to do the like satin effect. All right, so here we're gonna start shaping where we put our highlight to like get that cylinder lighting, and then same on these. Be really careful on the ribbons. I think we've hit the point of kind of doing what you recommended, Mr. Nate, or what you described, the just hitting those edge highlights. And like this section, maybe just a little pop of color right there, but not much at all. Yeah. That's starting to look really nice. We're going to do a second attack right here in the middle of what we did. So you get that like 2-layer effect. Very nice. And now we're going to... Does her butt get a little bit of light? I think so. Just a very small amount right there. Right under the tail. The cheeks are wide enough to get a little bit of light in there. We're going to take advantage to like insist upon the color. One last attack right here. A second layer right across the top of the arm here. Just to solidify that mix. Because we do want some nice opacity in the color. And then same right here. Got a little spill. Let's clean that up. There we go. Same here. Let's boost the opacity. All right. This looks a little dark, so I'm going to do a very thin down smearing over all of this. Kind of flatten it out some, because as it is, it's kind of the shapes are a little unnatural. I just want to smooth it out some. Very thin applications of this. 2.5 hours in, we are not making good time. Very, very slow going, unfortunately. And I've still got to turn this into a video tomorrow. I think what that means is after the dick stream, it's going to be back to the painting desk. Okay. So these shoes are in shadow. And I think the way to deal with that then is we're going to start just doing some nice targeted highlights on them. Being more deliberate, a heavier hand on the color. I don't necessarily think we need like a double layer, but what we do want is like a nice thick pop of this color in very deliberate spots. Here we'll do it kind of right under the toes there, and then feather it down. We're going to come back in and amplify this too with the next layer as well. All right, can we get this on camera and then right here? So we got like a cylinder shape, and we also have a top of an edge. So we want that red right across right there. Same here. We're treating the foot like a cylinder. So like our highlight should be in this kind of quadrant. My chat's dead again. Thank you, YouTube. That means you played an ad. Excellent. Me gusta. Alright, so same deal. I want to kind of just get this highlight right up here under the toes and towards the front. So we got a nice, like, that whole area. And then we're going to come back in with a thicker, brighter pop. Do a second pass over here. Okay. I mean, we're almost done with the red. And I don't think the other colors are going to be as demanding. I don't at all. Okay. I'm okay with that. Let's bring this back out. Let's bring the zoom back out. Yo, boy. Next is going to be our straight scarlet blood. 2.5 hours in, and we've only done red. This is bad. Not looking good. Salute the sun, says my phone. Oh. Samsung letting me know they changed their legal terms for the 12th time this week. All right, so pro video, pal, we're gonna hit the button. I'm gonna bust out our scarlet blood. I'm gonna come back to our wet palette, and we want just straight scarlet blood. Boom, boom, boom. Now is the point of the project where the desire to stand up and take a break gets really, really strong. We gotta push through. All right, so let me set my focus there. And we're just gonna, again, we're coming in, we're reinforcing what we've already done. Setting the stage for a final pop of color. Being very selective about where things are going now. Kind of want to put a little bit right there on the raised areas of the form. Put just a little bit in there, kind of emphasize the ribs. Reset the focus, because somehow the phone is just like, nah, I'm not gonna focus. Get a good shot of that. That's 2 minutes of footage. So I think we're good. It's usable. I mean, shit, most layers are gonna get broken down to like 20 seconds tops, you know? All right, continuamos. More red, more of the same. Bow, 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 bow. I guess I should have asked earlier while there were more folks in chat. But what color should we make Prowinko's hair? I was kind of thinking like a platinum gray, actually. I think that could be really fun. Build up that scarlet blood. We do need some bright on that fold right there. Yep. Okay. Ba-na-na-na-na. I'm gonna do a little bit of that like cylinder highlight back here, but just a bit. We're gonna come in here and emphasize what we've already done. So we got the top-down lighting hitting right here. And then we've got the candle lighting hitting the underside right here. So we'll do the same, bow, build that up. Ba-na-na-na-na. We have more candle lighting down here. Kind kind of feather the edges. Very rough. Like I said, we're kind of taking this with a painterly approach. Let's hit this here. Nice. Bright red. Red. If you know, you know. If you don't know, join the Discord. Link in the description down below. Alright, I do think we need a little bit of red highlight here on the front. There we go. It's starting to look like something. Alright, we want same cylinder highlight here, just less. And then we're going to emphasize our ribbons, but less. I mean, that's the same with any highlights, right? You're just doing the same thing but less. Same thing but less and brighter. I don't think we need a second hit on the inside, but we do need a second hit right here. There we go. And then that brings us to... I was going to say that brings us to the shoes, but I see some like patchy coverage that I want to fix real quick. We'll do a second pass on the top of her chest to really sell the volume. And to cover over the patchiness from before. I think I under-thinned the paint a little bit. That's what's going on here. Alright, so now we're going to be really deliberate again. Kind of just start to apply some edging down here. Some very intentional. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. This actually has like a double layered little bit where the ring runs through it. So I'm gonna start to emphasize that some. Bow, 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 bow. There we go. Again, these shoes are very low on the model. And though there's a ton of detail, I really don't want to like pull too much focus. It's already a bit of a strange composition because the pumpkin background is like so big. It actually pulls a lot of focus from our models. I'm wondering how that's going to work in the final composition. Alright, so do a second pass on some of these bits just to really build up that red opacity. Okay, and then we're going to do the same over here, but because it's in the shadow, we're doing even more of the focus on the just like the cylindrical area highlights rather than full treatment, you know, not doing the GW style where everything is painted and highlighted, but instead trying to shape our lighting. And honestly, I think with that, well, I start to say with that the red's done, but we still need to do the like little bits of light popping in there. And I think we need a little bit, it's a tiny bit of a highlight right there. A little bit, and then we'll do a second layer right here. I kind of want a little bit more color on the inside of the arm here. So I've gone back to our purpley color and mix it in with our secondary layer, and I'm gonna just put a little bit extra back here. A little bit extra. All right, there we go. Fuck. Fucking A. She has more red on her neck that needs to be done. So we've gone back to that. This is the evil red plus gory red. And as soon as that dries, we'll put the next color and then the next in it as well. So shit, man, almost 3 hours on this. It is red though. Red is super complicated. I do think I need to flatten out her muff a little bit. There we go. It's there, but I don't want it insanely detailed. Should just be subtle. All right, here we go. Would a satiny material reflect yellowish tones, or would it be white into pinkish territory? I think if I use this color, we'll tie in the highlights to all the other tones that we've used, to the pumpkins and stuff. And this is kind of in the same family as Sunny Skin Tone. Yeah, we'll do it. All right. Hitting the record button. We're going to show our sunset orange to the camera, which will not focus on it for some reason. Sunset orange. We're going to do our sunset orange. And we're going to do a couple drops of water. We'll do a few drops of water. We're going to grab our scarlet blood and start mixing that in. It needs more. So we're going to grab another scoop. Yeah, there we go. It's almost like a flesh color at this point. We're going to come in and just apply some very deliberate highlights. Very deliberate. Shiny. Shiny spots. I'm not happy with their placement, so we're going to remove those ones. Do a little bit on the arm here. A little bit right there. Intensify it towards the top. Do a little bit on the forearm here. Just a very little bit right there. Tiny bit on the creases. A little bit on this arm back here. Not much though. Very subtle. You know, I guess we could probably put some on the ribbons here too. Just a tiny bit to really emphasize that material change. Do a little bit right there too. Just a tiny, tiny bit right there. All right. That's enough footage. Satin reflectivity should be based on the light. Okay, yes. That makes sense. And it is kind of yellowy light. Because of the candles. So, you know, there's enough, it does look like there's enough titanium dioxide in this paint that it reads as a little bit pinkish. Even though it's an orange we're mixing in. All right. I think we need to soften some of this up down here with that mid-tone that we had. The shadows don't really match. So we're gonna start cleaning that up. Uh-oh, my brush is showing the first signs of like serious degradation. It's starting to split. All right. Okay, so now that this has dried a bit, we can come in and start to get paint on the choker. Let's get our brighter red. There we go. I hit the middle of that again. I think that works. So now, where are we sitting at? Almost 3 hours. I'll soften you with a mid-tone. Oh no. What are we doing now? Black, I think. Alright. Let's do... all the lace and stuff. I think we actually need to do the glazing on the fishnets first. So that's actually what we'll do. And I think we're going to achieve that with glazing a flat brown. Bum, bum. So we'll get this ready. We'll show the flat brown to the camera. We're going to put like a little drop of that stuff, the tiniest little speck. And we're going to come in with 8 drops of water. That should be fine. And we are seriously, just like Mr. Dr. Faust said, we are making basically colored water at this point. Now, do I have a shittier brush that we can use for this? It's fine, we'll use this one. And we're just going to take our effectively colored water and we're going to start coming in. Ugh. It's got too much red in it. How is that even possible, dude? I just dropped that brush and it bounced into another dang old dimension. I'm going to show that this brush still has a lot of red in it. I need to get rid of that red, because that red is picking up in our efforts. Let's do a second wash in the acetone. All right. Dump that out. So we have a cleaner brush now. And the paint that we licked off the model in an emergency is now, or the moisture from where we licked the paint off is now dry. And we are going to start shading down this leg with a glaze. Probably take, I don't know, 8 or 9 layers to really tone it how we want it. Probably. But that's the nature of glazes. Hey, ads! Ads! Red is typically one of the littlest pigment particles, so it gets in the way of it all the way into things. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, I gotta say this model's starting to look all right, though we still have a heckin' long way to go, and really not enough time to get there. I predict another like 3 a.m. painting night, honestly. Which really sucks. I think in the meantime too, though, we can show that we're going to use our evil red, which the camera refuses to focus on. We're going to do the same thing with our evil red and put like the smallest little bit out and put like 10 drops of water on that. I don't know how many drops that was. It was a lot. And we're gonna make this, I really liked this evil red, so we're gonna use that as the stain for Kitu's legs now, because these are stockings, not her skin. And we're gonna come in and start glazing that down, though I think we may even need to thin this more. Yeah, let's lick that paint off there. I know that seems gross, but like sometimes it is the most effective way to remove an oopsie. All right, and we're gonna take and start staining down the legs. I want to keep that front moving so it doesn't turn into a tide mark anywhere. We're not trying to wash, and I put way too much on there. I'm trying to stain. Put a little bit in here. Proper glazing this time. It's funny, I called to work on Titania glazing, but it really wasn't. It wasn't the whole colored water mess. All right. Getting ready to gear up for 60,000 coats of this. We're going to layer it on till it looks nice and sheer. We want that skin tone poking through, but we want that nice purpley pinkishness. All right. All you gotta do is a clock wipe. Could be finished in 0.4 seconds. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're gonna switch back to working with Rowinko, and this kind of is a heavier glaze, kind of being treated like a wash. It is because we have the fishnets. it's setting in the it's gathering around the netting. All right. We hit pause and we hit record and we come back in and we grab a little bit more of the purple water and we start rubbing it all over Kitu's legs. And even though this is extremely weak paint, and I don't know how much y'all can see, but we very quickly start to impart an influence of color. The big thing, we want to make sure we're not like gathering too much of the pigment in any one spot. And this red seems like it has a very strong pigment, the purple does. So we want to be very, very careful about where we lift our brush off and how much of like a tide mark we're leaving down as we work it. And honestly, we could do the same thing later on at the very end with the blue to bring back the intended shading for the lighting. May be what we do. We missed some on the back of the leg here. Need some love. And like right there, after only 2 passes, we're already getting like a palpable color change. Voxel Forge, hello. Hope you're doing well. I really love your Kraken. Gonna have to give a crack at that very soon. Don't know what the don't know what color scheme I'd do it in, but I always love seeing a missile boat Bane. If ever there was a mech to convince me to play clans, it's that one. If any of y'all don't know, make sure to check out Voxel Forge over on Patreon, where you get access to a ton of really fun sculpts for not a lot of investment. Support your local artists. And by local artist, I mean your friendly internet artists. And speaking of Patreon, you can also double dip and join up my Patreon, where part of those funds goes to support other local artists as well. And by local artists, I mean internet people. I've tried that whole the most pigment is deposited where you lift off thing, but I always get a gentle feathering no matter what I try. That's objectively untrue with certain pigment size, Mr. Sir. Anything with titanium dioxide in it leaves a pigment front. I guess it depends on what you're accepting, as far as like the low opacity feathering. It's literally the mech that convinced me into Battle. That's funny. What's the I lost my train of thought. Should have shaved my face, you know. My neck is like neck beardy today. Or at least got me off the fence. Oh yes. Okay, so we're just gonna have to like wait on things to dry here. I want to start on the lace, but I really can't until this section here is done. So I'm wondering what the next best step is going to be here. I think we could maybe paint the pumpkin. Maybe paint the pumpkin, which is not something I'm filming. Let's go back to our dry palette. We'll do some black, some flat green. We'll do some water there. 2 drops and then 2 drops here. And then let's try and move this outwards. I don't want to mix in yet. And then we'll wipe this and then move this outwards. And we have our 2 distinct colors there. But then we do want an interface right here. Because we want like the black green. The black is overpowering it so bad. Damn it. I'm gonna have to put another puddle of green out. Damn you. We can work with that though. We'll just work this tone and then start with the next after. So what we're gonna, for this color, is we're going to completely fill all the way around the top, because our deep shadows will be this tone at the top. And then at the bottom, we'll leave some black. Leave a little bit of black in the, what do you call the crevices on a pumpkin? The striations? The sections? The valleys? I'm sure there's a term for it. All right. Coming on around. I can feel my energy fading. So, speaking of energy levels, I should let y'all know, last night, not only was I up until the wee hours painting, but as I lie down, a certain awful trash goblin person was shouting up at the window for Ross all night long. I finally got sick of it and called the Soma West community outreach people. I called the front desk and I called SFPD at about 5:30 this morning. Nobody responded. And Shithead McGee continued to shout for Ross until such time as, well, he didn't stop. I lay in bed trying to go to sleep. Never actually passed out. I was in like the in-between sleep stage. Like I could feel I was getting a little rest, but I never actually passed out. And then bright and early this morning, 9:30 a.m., he started up again with the "Hey Ross." Nice. I think for next month I'll redo on the Kodiak I made. Ooh, hell yes. Another Nate said, I don't think there's a term for the indented areas. Pretty sure everyone only talks about the ridges. Yeah, which are called ridges. Exactly. Grim says, hey, double candy double scream. Yes. Ugh. All that talk about energy levels is just me trying to say I'm resisting the urge actively at the moment to walk away, take a break, because this needs to get done. I will try to maintain some energy levels here in the talky bits. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Whenever this gets done, I will get some sleep. Exhaustion should let me sleep tonight. And then tomorrow we'll hang out all day and monkey edit. And we'll end up producing what should be a fun video for Friday, for Spooky Day. Who knows? Maybe if the trash goblin comes back again, I'll record him and then talk about that in the video, and then like show footage but blur him out. Oh yeah. We got black green pumpkin coming along. So there's some weirdo living near you? Oh yes. Okay. So I've lived in my building for 16 years now. And I've never had a problem with homeless folks. For the last 10 months or so, there's been this guy who associates with a resident in my building.
Another Nate asked me, do you even know who Candy Double is? Well, sugar. I can't say I'm familiar with a Candy Double.
I'll let
Maybe
this
they're
do
a
its thing.
slick new artist or a sweet treat hit the scene after my time. But now I'm mighty curious. Who are they?
I like how it dodged the question and then prompted you to feed it more. What was I saying? Okay, so this guy who's out my window, this homeless dude, has basically set up a semi-permanent camp, directly underneath my window. And he's associating with someone who lives in my building, who lives up on the 5th floor. He's associating with Ross, who lives in my building. And though my building has an intercom system where you can go dial their name at the door and it rings their phone directly, Mr. Trash Goblin outside shouts, "Hey Ross," up at the man who lives on the 5th floor, until he answers and comes down. Every day. Every single day. For months and months and months and months and months and months. And it's not just that. He'll show up at all hours. So middle of the day, 9 o'clock in the morning, 4 in the morning, 2 o'clock, midnight. He's always there. He's such a problem. My building seems to be refusing to do anything about it. They just say it's a public sidewalk. We can't do anything about it. The Soma West community outreach team has the same approach. They say it's a public sidewalk, can't do anything about it. And the police literally don't respond. It's awesome. It's really fucking cool. And for about 10 months now, I've had constant sleep deprivation because of this motherfucker. He's really awesome. So I think the recourse now is probably to to work out getting a civil harassment restraining order against the guy. And then that way, next time he starts spouting, I can call the cops and be like, hey, I need you guys to serve this guy his restraining order, and then get him removed. Wow, Tandy is slow today? Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. Guy's a real fucking piece of work. I've tried being nice to him. And like, if you talk to him face to face, he acts like all nice and meek, but then he makes no adjustment to his behavior. If you try to be confrontational with him, he just amps it up. It's awesome. One of my more recent interactions, he threatened to kill me with his dog. He's got a Staffordshire Terrier. It's awesome. And it's a shame, because like I said, I've been here for like 16 years now, since 09. And like, other than the occasional noise, someone like playing a stereo really loud at night, I've never really had any issues with the homeless folks around here. This one person in particular is a goddamn menace. The man is here so often that he's in the Google Street View. And it has long been an issue now. Like a year, I want to say. The most murderous of breeds. Yeah, what's crazy is I actually witnessed this man sick his dog on another person and called 911, and they never responded. It's weird. It's almost like being homeless gives you carte blanche to just do whatever the fuck you want, as far as like law breaking goes. I imagine it'd be different if property was getting damaged. The best part is this guy has a knack for like, he's got a knack for making noise all night, the night before like I have to get up and run. He's really good at that. Though I think in the end, I am probably the most affected by this guy. I do know that other residents in the neighborhood are complaining, but he lives like basically underneath my window, so like he's 12 feet away from my head while I try to sleep. I think the only thing that would be more disruptive to sleep, it would be a newborn child. But it's close. Mr. Man, did you ever see my babinky? The message? Yeah, I just never responded. I was probably painting at the moment. You know, speaking of too, what's funny is the whole like babinks during streams. I have babink on, so you can babink as you fit during a stream, and you can hear it in the stream, but I can't hear it. Oh, it is new Babinkies. Oh yeah, sick. Yeah. I'll snag that right after we're done here. Well, at some point tonight, because actually, right after this stream, we're enjoining the Dicks to play some honey heist, where I guess you play as a bear doing a heist. The best heist ever. Imagine, what was that movie? Ocean's 11, but you're a bear. I can probably find a few minutes to run down there. All right. We'll do another layer of our flat green here. Anyhow, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent about shithead outside. Just, he denied me the ability to sleep last night. Entirely. Let me just say that the law is very effective in preventing me from taking more direct action. You know what I'm saying? It has crossed my mind. All right, so we're getting a little bit of our nice flat green. These green pumpkins have been super satisfying to paint, by the way, y'all. And I actually recommend, if you are working on some kind of project that has pumpkins in it, I kind of recommend giving it a go. Or at least anything where you could get away with painting from black to green. It's very nice, very satisfying work. You do like some black orcs or something. Do they do black orcs anymore? Or do they do away with those in like one of the modern versions of Sigmar? What about like a whole ass Blood Bowl team of black orcs? That'd be fun. Okay. This thing's starting to look fantabulous. Okay. That is satisfying enough. I think we need to mix up another small batch of our flat brown glaze. So we're going to do tiny little dot. We're going to go for, what did we do last time? Like 8 drops? We'll do that many. Basically colored water again. Like the Faust, Dr. Faust said. Well, no. All right. So we're going to continue filming. Continue filming this. Oh, you know what? I think we need to clean this brush again. It's got a little bit of black in it still. black and green. Let's get that out of there. A little acetone, do the trick. 3.5 hours in. Whew, boy. We're not making it nowhere, are we? That's too dark. That tastes like acetone. What the heck? Alright, maybe that's a little better. I don't know, it's still like a little bit too much paint in the water. I think we may have left a little too much acetone in the brush. We may be fucked up right there just a bit. Let's absorb all that. Just get rid of that. Let's get rid of that brown. I maybe had acetone still in the brush tip when I touched it to that model, which was a big mistake. It still tastes like acetone. Gross. Where's my rinse water? That was really tenacious acetone. Well, on one hand, though, I now know what acetone tastes like, and it is not pleasant. I assure you, it tastes like poison. What the fuck is wrong with this paint? I think we have a new clot in this paint bottle. The heck was that? Oh. Yes. Yes. Very nice, Mr. Another Nate. Damn it. I just ruined my shorts. My apron was folded up in the corner, and that droplet of paint landed directly on my shorts. No me gusta. Yep, sure enough, there's a nice clot of paint in my dang old paint. Alright. What the fuck are we doing? Ah, yes, glazing. That's what we're doing. Glazing. It needs to be like really, really, really thin. It is seriously colored water, not paint. We want to just stain the surface a little bit. And actually maybe need to... Where the fuck is that paint? I maybe need to correct the little hole that our acetone left in the paint job too. It's very subtle, but little bits were starting to come off. Let's correct that. There we go. All right. Okay, let's try again. Let's start. That is also still like way too pigmented. Way too pigmented. I don't know if it's just that it's like layer 3 of it, or that it's just acting like a wash here. But either way, it is it's a touch too pigmented. I think maybe when mixing the glaze, I should probably just put like a puddle of water down and then rub paint in it by the tip of the paintbrush rather than full drops. That will probably do well. But I don't know if it's even rendering for y'all in the camera here, but like the overall tonality of this color is slowly morphing to this like deep brown shadow on it, getting a different feel, getting that influence of the covering on it. You can really see it on Kitu's legs here, even though the saturation is like doing weird stuff in the camera. I'll make a unicorn with my butt and a paper tube, maybe in googly eyes on the what? Hold on. Been AFK for 2 hours, got a friend come over who I'm helping to paint his first mini. Fuck yeah, dude. The unicorns granted the wishes, yes. What did you actually miss, Mr. Mental? It took us 2.5 hours to paint the red on the model. And now we're glazing, like actual glazing. Not pretend glazing, but like real glazing. And it is slow going. Very slow going. Though it does make me feel hopeful for actually glazing back in the blue shadows, which we may do. Though that's going to be like a 2 a.m. job for me at this point, because here in 2 hours exactly, I'm going to be joining the Dicks for Honey Heist. We'll probably end the stream at 5. So I can run down and check the mail and gear up for the Dicks in the Dark Honey Heist special episode for the Halloweener. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I think it's starting to render on camera. You should be able to see that the leg is like a noticeably darker shade. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on Kitu, but I think we have an issue of there's just too much paint in this water. So now we're going to thin that out some. And I really should have filmed. Also, I totally did green pumpkins too, yeah. That red suit is looking smooth. Yeah, she's red. Oh shit, you know what? I forgot to do the one more pass on the belly. Belly and bobs. There we go. Salute the sun. The heck is that? I think it's an email. All right, let's get out our purple glaze again. And we're just going to do another pass on the legs, which I should also be filming. I love how bad it stomps down the quality, dude. That's insane. It is green, though. I see the green. Dude, it reduced your image to like 100 pixels. Reminder, folks, Tangia, 15 cents will let you draw on the screen. Whatever you want, as long as the moderator approves it. Alright, we're actually going to film a little bit more of this leg work here with our glazing. Yeah, this is a much better ratio than last time. Less risk of pigment like collecting on the surface. More controlled descent into the tonality that we're after. We do want to put it on the back, even though you're not going to see this. Anywhere that there's like the shadow that kind of wrap up around the legs, so like the hint of it, you really want to have that worked in, just in case. You don't want to end up with like a tide mark on the edge of your vision there. But like those legs are starting to get the right color. Okay. We're going to film another pass on our other lady. And the camera just did not focus on any of that. Which is really lame. But it is what it is. Now what sucks here is it is performing a bit like a wash because of all the netting detail, so it's kind of gathering instead of just filtering. But that's fine. I think that'll complement the the black that goes over top of our netting later. Maybe a little bit here. The bobs and belly. Yes. Show bobs. Can it be annoying for a bit? The shade above the naked knee seems way too hard on camera. It's because it is way too hard. It is way too hard, Mr. Mental. Because originally I had intended this model to have hard shading. And then lost all that because I could not glaze down my colors appropriately. I've learned a lot about glazing since then. Hold on, we fix right now. We fix just for you. Those mods will approve anything, that is true. These originally were intended for a nice hard blue shadow. And now we'll blend this in with nice mid-tone. Needs to dry further. This is beige brown into heavy skin tone. There's a piece of fuzz in my paint job there. Excellent. Nuh-uh. How dare you insinuate anything here makes sense? Alright. We will bring it back when it dries. In the meantime, I think we can do another pass on Kitu's stockings. I almost want to like work in a little brown on these stockings too. Damn, I eat a lot of paint on this fucking show. Can't be a good thing. Then again, you know, you gotta get your, like, recommended daily dose of microplastics. What better way to get microplastics than to ingest pigments? Delicious. Very small doses, but regularly over time. That's a bad tide mark there. There we go. Okie day. Where are you sitting at? Fucking hey. Running out of time. The clock, it keeps on ticking. Why anything gotta make sense? Holy moly, surprisingly fast fix. Looks awesome now. Just some thin paint and a little bit of gumption. Let's pick up. I do need to add some of our heavy skin tone back into it because it's a little choppy right there. So I want to get that blend back. Feather those edges. Get that going on. There's still a little bit of blue peeking out that isn't exactly super great, but we can feather in some of the heavy skin tone and blend that out. Yeah, it's really funny, Mr. Mental. You were saying the whole like wet blending thing, and in hindsight, I should have made this a wet blending piece of content instead of like trying to glaze. But you know, for stuff like sheer clothing, glazing is just like the way. I think it works. It's still a little dark, isn't it? Just a little bit. I think we can maybe soften that right there some more. How's that now? I think that's more right. We still got a little bit of the blue in the crease. Okay. Hey, chat is gone again. Thanks, YouTube. Your platform is awesome. And totally works all the time. Okay, so we need to think about hair color. I'm thinking Kitu.
A cold sled dog ate a hot slaw dog. Then a declawed law dog led the cold sled dog to a hot dog shed, where they saw cold dogs eating hot slaw dogs.
Cold dogs eating hot slaw dogs. Hell yeah. Lovely. What am I getting at here? Oh yeah, we need the hair colors here. And I'm thinking Prowinko, she's got this red and this like kind of desaturated skin tone. So I'm thinking gray-white. Gray-white hair. And then Kitu needs like black hair, I guess. The outfit's going to be black, but there's going to be a little influence of purple in it. The hair, I think, should be black with the like super bright pink tips. Kind of what I'm leaning towards. Part of it seems a little lazy at this point to paint in so much black. I also just now realized she's got cat ears up under the hat folded down. She got fucking cat ears, so we got to put flesh color in those as well. But we're almost there, y'all. Almost. I think I'll probably have these done super tonight. We'll put a post over on the Discord for folks to see. And then tomorrow is edit. I bet you I can get it done in about 8 hours. You know. Shit, man. In the meantime, I should probably get some lunch before the Dick stream. So I think I'm gonna bail on y'all. My ADD is like really screaming at me to do some other shit.
A cold sled dog ate a hot slaw dog. A declawed law dog led the cold sled dog to a hot dog shed, where they saw cold dogs eating hot slaw dogs. Well, ain't that a tongue twister of a tale? Sounds like those chilly pups had themselves quite the adventure, being led by the declawed law dog to that hot dog shed. I reckon that scene of cold dogs chowing down on hot slaw dogs must have been a right hoot to see. Maybe next on their journey they'll find a painting shed and spice things up with some NULN oil for added depth. Ha!
Yes. I know. I don't know about y'all, but the thing I want on my hot dog is NULN oil. Holy fuck, dude. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Mr. Tech Noir. That's fucking fabulous. Okay. Yeah, I could sit here and keep going, y'all. I think it would be wise for me to take a break and get some lunch. We're going to be back in the seat over on the Dick stream. I guess I could toss the link. Toss in the link for y'all. Where the heck are we even at? Mr. Nate, are you around? Ah, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that, dude? I just opened up the YouTube app and it was playing a fucking short that I never clicked on. Corrupting my damn corrupting my damn algorithm. Isn't there a way to share this? Yeah, copy link, there we go. Okay, check them out tonight. Dicks are doing a special event. I'm going to be over there playing a simple game with them. A simplified RPG game. Jeebus. Paste. Oh, yes. Same time. Thank you, Mr. Nate. Yeah, I really could keep going. Thank y'all so much for stopping through and checking this out. It means the world to me to see folks in chat and to hang out with y'all and actually chat. More streams coming forward. I think 2026 we're looking at probably doing 2 a week, somewhere around there. Keep the Wednesday show going. As you guys know, the Tuesday show, we're back with Tabletop Tuesday while I work on a project in Tabletop Sim. So we'll be back at that soon. More editing streams, more painting streams, lots more stuff coming forward. Catch a short every day, and we're going to aim for a video every 2 to 3 weeks indefinitely going forward. So, yeah, lots of love. I'm going to get some lunch so I'm not hangry during the stream. And I will see y'all sometime soon. Video tomorrow. Ooh, up for sandwich sounds fucking good. Not video tomorrow. Video Friday. Halloweener. We'll have a video talking about these ladies, the painting experience. Maybe trying to sell y'all on doing a pinup. Oh, one last thing. Next month we're going to be painting a pinup over on Country Fried Minis. Kind of far future apocalyptic biker chick. So, if you want to get in on painting a pinup, come join the community. Post your pictures in the contest and more section. We may put it in the monthly pro paint, not sure yet, but if you want to get in on it, would love to see what you're doing. And if you paint one, we'll critique it live on stream at the end of the month. Flesh bike, hell yeah. So yeah, check it out. Und scale model Sundays. Oh yeah, every Sunday except for second Sundays, which second Sundays are the movie night, which is a Discord event. If you want to get in on that, we watch spoopy movies. We'll be watching a spoopy movie for Halloween as well. So if you want to get over on the Discord and check that out, probably not any of y'all in the EU, but I'm going to be watching, what the heck was that movie called? Moontrap. So come by and check it out. Lots of love. Thank y'all so fucking much. It really, this community is y'all. So I'll keep it rolling for ya. Okay, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis. This is the Bullshit Corner 2.0, and these are sexy titty ladies in leotards. Catch us Friday for a video about that. Goodbye. The poll results are in. Petroleum jelly wins out.